Hey everyone, Linda here again with you from Gunnut Lane Jewellery. This week I've got another link, obviously. I mentioned in last week's video that I was just so excited about this link. Now I'm going to show it to you, and I know you're not going to go, oh wow, that's exciting. But when you see it done, when I put it together in pieces of jewellery, you're going to see how beautiful this thing. Well, I hope you think it is. I do. I'm so excited I've made that many pieces. Anyway, no more muck around. Here is the link. It's quite a simple link to make, but it looks so effective when you put it into a chain and make a pair of earrings and everything with it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful little link. I love it. I think it's one of my favorites. So if you'd like to learn how to make this link, as I said, it's easy. There's only a few steps involved. Then just stay with me. I'll get all my supplies together and we'll get going. Okay, so I've got my 18 gauge wire here. Now you can use a 16 gauge. What have I used up to? A 16 gauge, 14 gauge I think I used, or maybe it was 12, I can't remember now. Anyway, you get anything, I would say anything over 18 gauge is perfect for this link. You could possibly do it with a 20 gauge, but I'd be a little bit worried about its strength and stability. So I suggest, 18 gauge and upwards for this link. All right, so we're going to measure off 6 centimeters, and 6 centimeters is, let's say 2.5 inches. That should pretty much do you, keep you in steadfast. Okay. So 6 centimeters, and I'll cut a couple of these. I'm going to flush cut the end of that wire there and just measure that off against my one I've already cut. There we go. Okay, now we need to straighten these. As you can see, like, they're obviously not straight. They're not bent up terribly, but they're not straight. So I'm going to grab, I've got my little piece of very hard cardboard here, and this is very simple to do. Just grab get this one out of the way here, a heavy reel of your wire is perfect for doing this. So I've just got this 1 pound, which is less than 1 pound now because I've been using it, but just whatever you've got. If you've got one of these big reels like this, just yeah, something heavy. You could probably even do it with one of your smaller ones as well. I haven't tried it with a smaller one, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. And we're just going to put that on top, and it won't start to roll straight away, so just be patient with it. You just need to have it on a flat surface, and just give it a roll like that. See, it started to roll now. Oop, and flicking off, and you'll get a lovely piece of straight wire. See that? No bends in that at all. Do that again. As you can see, that one's not perfectly straight laying there. As I said, it won't, well, this one did pretty much. Everything wants to make a liar out of me when I do these tutorials. Usually it doesn't start rolling straight away for you, but just put a bit of pressure on the roll as well and get it lovely and straight. There we go. See, perfect, nice piece of straight wire there. You don't need a piece of cardboard to do it on, by the way. You can do it on your tabletop, or just as long as it's a flat surface. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to place those on my ruler, and I forgot to get this out. And I'm just going to mark off halfway. If you're good at judging, eyeballing, then by all means, you don't need to do this part, but this is for people who just need that little bit extra help. So we're going to mark off 3 centimeters, which would be half of your, what did I say that was? I'll have to turn it over in a minute. And I want to mark the other side as well, so I'm just going to roll that like that and mark the other side. And that 6 centimeters, as I said, was about 2.5, so 1.25 inches would be your measurement for that. Put my pen away, move my ruler, my tape measure out of the way. Okay, so we've got that. I'm just going to grab my round nose pliers, and I'm just going to grab it on the mark on my wire. I'm just going to bend this top one down. So you're not bending them together, you're just bending one wire. And you'll have that. So we'll do that again. And just bending that top wire down. So they should end up pretty much exactly the same size, with a bit of luck. Okay, from here I'm going to grab my flat nose and my favourite ones, my black ones. The where are they? I'm so disappointed because this is my second pair. They replaced my first pair because it broke straight away. And these, see how they're all sloppy now. This thing here is the thing that keeps breaking, and it's not like I use them on, you know, I don't go over 18 gauge when I'm using these ones, and they're pretty much only for holding on to stuff, so I don't understand why this is broken, but I'm so disappointed. I have to see if I can find something else in another brand, the same sort of thing. So I'm using my little Xuron stub nose here. These are good little pliers too, but they just don't have the length on them that I need sometimes. So I'm coming in, and you can see the mark on the wire there. I'm coming in just so that the edge of my plier, the side of my plier here, is touching that black line. So you're below the black line, but your pliers are just touching. And I'm just going to give that a little squeeze in up here. Just do it really gently. And then I'm going to turn it over, excuse me, because your thumb has more strength in it than your fingers do. So I want to get the same sort of angle on the other side. So you just get that sort of, not quite bent in, but just that little, I don't know how to explain that shape. It's just a little bit of a bubble on the end. That's what we're looking for. And you might not get it every time, but practice is what makes it perfect. So doing the same thing on the other one. Just very gently, little squeezes. And then turning it over and doing the same thing. But when you turn it over, try to apply the pressure on your thumb, like, how do I explain it? Don't sort of squeeze with this one. Try and just squeeze with that one. That's probably the only way I can explain that. So you're just pushing up with your thumb to get that shape. And I didn't get that perfect. Well, nothing I do is perfect anyway, but that's the whole point of organic. But you want it to be resembling a little bit of the other one. I still can't get it. Sometimes you'll get it, sometimes you won't. Look, it's the same thing with me. So I'm just going to come in and bend that a little bit there. See, now I've got a better shape just by bending on this one wire. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to come over here. I've got my long side up. I've got my six-step pliers, and I'm using this smallest one here. And I'm going to grab the tip of that, and I'm going to turn. Okay. So now I want that to be a better, you know, a tighter circle, a better circle, a better loop. So I've just snipped the end of it there. I don't want that sort of piece shape. I want it to be round. And I'm just going to bend that in. Just do that gently as well. And that's what it should be looking like. So we'll do the same thing on the other one. Making our loop. And see how it looks more like a backwards P there, but I want it to be nice and round. So just snipping off that little bit. And you can just insert your round nose pliers if you want. You saw me just with the other one use my flat nose, but if you're not comfortable doing that, then just you know, turn it in that way like that. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab my flat nose pliers again, and I'm going to bend the end of this wire up, and I'm making sure that you've got it so that it's coming up this way. Like, you don't want to be coming in, trying to do this under a camera, they're coming in at a weed. Well, it doesn't matter in the long run because we're going to hammer it anyway, but just to get a good habits is what I want to get to, is to make sure that you get it in so that you're coming up nice and straight like that. Okay, so we've got both of those just bent up like that. And now I'm going to grab my bench block and my metal hammer. Okay, so we're just going to hammer the top of this. Just a little bit like that. Now we're doing that for strength and design as well. So yeah. Okay, and we're going to do our loop for the same reason. Just a little bit, you don't have to go overboard with it. And then we're going to paddle this other piece of wire here. So you want to come down and stroke out. If you can see the way my hammer's going, I'm going like that. I'm hitting it and I'm coming out. Just make sure you don't hit your fingers. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Now, if you want, if you're making a pair of earrings and you want them to be mirror reversed, then you would hammer the opposite way on this to get them, so that you've got the shiny side facing up, if you know what I mean. So we'll just give that a little hammer there, give that a little hammer there, turning that around, and getting a nice paddle on that. There we go. Put that away. Okay, from here, now this is where your design comes in. You choose what you want to do. I'll show you a little bit later a couple of different ideas that I came up with, but I'm sure you could come up with some of your own. For this one, I think I'll just wrap some. Have I got some out here? Oh yeah, I've got some. I'm just going to wrap a little seed bead. These are what are these ones? 8/0s. Just a little Picasso finished 8/0 bead there. And I'm going to grab some. You could do 26 or 24. I think I'll do 24. Doesn't matter, as I said, just choose whichever one you want. It doesn't make a great deal of difference. So I'm just going to cut. Now that's not a really long piece, and I don't measure, so you know, it doesn't worry me if I cut off a little bit too much, as long as I don't cut off not enough. So say 20 centimeters, which is about 8 inches, and you might need all that. So okay, so when we're coming to this part here, you want to decide, okay, not decide, you want to look and see which is you, if you're making earrings, sorry, if you're making earrings especially, decide which one is your right side, so they're facing the same way. So I hammered those opposites, so they would be that way. I hope this is all making sense. Okay, I'm going to start up. No, it just doesn't matter. I've got to think because it's been a couple of days since I've wrapped one of these. And I'm going to just bring my wire over, just so I've got something to hold on to there. And I'm going to wrap this around. And you're pulling them in a little bit, but you don't want to pull them in so that they cross over. So just be a little bit gentle with it. And decide how many times you want to wrap around what look you're going for. I'm going to come in with my flat nose pliers. Give those 3 wraps there a little squash down. And then I'm going to pick up my bead. Bring that down and bring that over. And as you saw, when I did that, it sits on top. And bring that around. And I just want to flatten that out a little bit. And move it up a little bit as well. There we go. So I've got enough room to do 3 wraps around again. Not quite. Move it up a bit more. There. And give those, get that one out of the way. Give those a flatten down. Come over the back. Now I had too much wire, but I've got enough there for my other earring or whatever, my other link or whatever I'm going to make with it. Tidy those up a little bit and cut my other wire off. Flatten that down, bring it all together. And there we go, that's it. I'll just push those up a little bit more together. And it's a lovely little link. Now you can obviously think of different ways to wrap this. I've done some which I'll show you later where I've just used wire to wrap around it, where I've used a couple of jump rings on there, just, you know, as I said, just play around with it. I've given you the bones, and you just play with it and come up with your own ideas. So when we come back, I will show you some pieces that I put together, and yeah, we'll just go from there. All right, be back soon. Okay, back with you. Before we get started on showing you what I've been making with that particular link that I demonstrated earlier, I wanted to show you what I've made with, I've only done one piece that I made with the link that I showed you last week. Now this is the link, and that part wasn't in on it, but yeah, that's the link there. So I made this bracelet. I shared this on my Facebook group, but a lot of people aren't on my Facebook group, so I thought I would show you using the link from last week's tutorial. If you didn't catch that tutorial, I'll leave a link down the bottom in the description area for that link. I think it's made a beautiful bracelet, and it's just a very versatile link. If I can take this off and show you better. Yeah, and for some reason it didn't get as many views, and I don't understand why. So I thought maybe if you'd missed it, I would show you just one example of what you could use that link for. I think that's a gorgeous bracelet, and I'm leaving this as bare copper just for the contrast in it. I think it's lovely. Okay, so let's move on with what I've been making with the link that I showed you today. And as I said last week, I'm very, very excited about this link. And I think it's going to show because I've made so many pieces with it. All right, we'll start off with a pair of earrings. And I'll also oxidize all of this and come back and show you when it's oxidized as well. This is in its raw state. So this is a pair of earrings that I made using the link. And get those to lay straight. Okay, I think they're gorgeous. I love them. Can I hold them up so you can see them better? It's not very easy to hold earrings up and show. So hopefully you can see those well enough. That's one pair. Another pair. Unusual for me to make more than one pair of earrings. I'll show you one at a time. It might be easier. So this is another design idea I came up with. There's its partner. I'll lay them down. So just yeah, utilizing that link in as many ways as I can think of. This is a design I'm playing around with at the moment. Using the link and 2 triangle links on top as well. So, and then I've put it, I haven't decided if I'm leaving this one up the top there where the EY will go. I don't know yet. So, and I wanted to show you that I'm still, I haven't finished this one yet. So I'm in the middle of wire wrapping and I thought I'd stop just so I could show you if you wanted to not do all the added wire wrapping around it, you could leave it. And I started doing the wire wrapping on this one, but the top one you can see, if you just attach that to the frame in a, you know, neat and tidy way, you would have a totally different look again for that earring. So this earring here, I made to match. Let me find it here now. This, move that out of the way. Just put him up there. This chain, I've got to get it all untangled here. So I wanted you to see this link in a chain. I've got to get it going the right way here, Linda. Come on, get your act together, get your act together. I think that's it, yes. So this chain definitely has a top and bottom. It's not one you can put on and just, you know, move it around any way you want because of the links in it. So to have them coming down the front, get this all sorted here. Having them coming down the front so they're pointing down. When you come up the other side, you have to have, you just can't go, because otherwise they'd be upside down, if you know what I mean. So they'd be facing the other way. So I made it so it was a definite, this is the front of the neck, like the bottom that hangs down. And then this is the part that goes behind your neck. But yeah, just so I just used triangle links in there as well to go with it, and some of these little beads I found I didn't even know I had there, and I'm not sure how they're going to go in the tumbler, so we'll see when they come out. I don't have a spare one. I've used them all now, so I don't have a spare one to toss in there and see how it works in the tumbler. But yeah, these earrings were made to go with that particular chain there. And on this one too, I bored the ends. So that was another suggestion that you could do it rather than hammering and paddling them. You could use your torch to ball the ends, but you need to leave them longer. And I would make that link no shorter than 7 centimeters if you're going to ball the ends of them. So that's one chain there. Then I've made a pendant. There's a pendant to go, not with that particular chain. You could wear it with that chain if you wanted to. So that's, and I've just made a different sort of little link there to go in there. And a little dangly thing there on the side, just for some movement up around, you know, your chest part there. And then a clasp using the design of the what is it called? The component. So this is the clasp, but just like that, goes on there like that. I keep forgetting what I wanted to say. I'm so excited about this piece, this link, that I can't get my words out. So this is your little extend. Well, it's not really an extender. It was just, I just put it on as a little feature for the, you know, if you've got your hair up or you've got short hair. Just a little feature on the back of your neck, but you could use it as an extender. The hook does fit through these links here. I tried that, But it's yeah, it's not a real long necklace, so what it's actually designed for. Let me get all this together. Now this piece here has been oxidized and tumbled. Just put this together. And once again, I used the link to make the clasp at the back. So I don't know how to show you this. All right, okay, I'm going to move this one out of the way so I can show you this one separately. Stuff out of the way over here as well. One day I'll have some more room to work in. Okay, so this is our link with just the paddle link on it. And every couple, I've done 4 in a row there where I've wire wrapped the bead around it. And then over here, I've done just the 2 in the center, and these 2, as I was saying earlier, that you can just wire wrap them. So I've just wire wrapped those ones. These ones up here are all just wire wrapped. And this is all just done for interest and, you know. Is that one the same? Yeah, so I did that one the same, just did a couple with the beads up. Yeah, the seed beads attached to it. Just a little bit of chain in between. These ones are plain. And I just pop one just, you know, on its own in the middle there. Just, you know, just play around with your chains and have a look and see what you like. And then this is the pendant that I made to go on the bottom. Just a twisted seed bead pendant. And my first go at making my own cone. It's not brilliant, but you know what? It's handmade and it's made by me and I love it. So it's not perfect and my work is never perfect anyway. And here I just used a washer, hammered it, hammered it out, added a few beads on it, and then just made a little wire ball. This one's come a bit loose, I have to tighten him up. A little wire ball at the top there rather than popping a bead in. I just, yeah, I just wanted more wire. Okay, so I would wear this if it was me. I would wear this, and because this pendant is shorter, which is the reason I made it shorter, and I would pop that on and wear that like that. So you've got this one here is really long, so that would come, actually this would come up so much higher than that. You would have that up there like that, and then you've got this long one on like that. But you could also, as I said, it doesn't matter because the beads are different. The links bring the whole thing together. Pop that one with that one. Yeah, so there's a few ideas for you anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, I was really excited, and as you can tell by how many pieces I've made, that I was excited by this link. And I'm still having ideas running through my head on different pieces I can make with it. And if I do, I will definitely be posting those in the Facebook group, which brings me to the Facebook group. If you'd like to join, it's a private group. People post their work there, and some people are coming up with some just absolutely beautiful work. So if you need some inspiration or you want some advice or anything like that, join our Facebook group. It's free to do so. The link will be down the bottom. We have, we're up to almost 400 members now, so it's coming along really, really well. Yeah, so, you know, don't hesitate to join. There's just a couple of questions you have to answer beforehand, and that's just for safety reasons and to keep the group jewelry, not jewelry related, it's not what I want to say, so that we don't get people in there like scammers and people like that trying to sell to people. So yeah, I can't think how to explain it any better than that. Okay guys, I'm babbling on here. Yeah, so I'll catch you all next week. Everybody have a good one. Stay safe, make sure you go out there and make something beautiful. And yeah, catch you all next week, guys. Have a good one. Bye.